Good. And go roll.
Good afternoon. Matt McMahon from LSU is our next head coach. Matt is a native of Oak Ridge, Tennessee. Trivia fact, our women's rowing championship, the first ever, was held in Oak Ridge, Tennessee this past spring. That's a town, beautiful town of about 30,000. And East Tennessee has a great rowing track for collegiate competitors. Matt's a former walk-on turned starter at Appalachian State who got into coaching because of the impact his coaches made on his life. As a young assistant at Appalachian State, Matt met his wife, Mary, who was a standout basketball player at Furman, which means he probably made a lot of drives down the mountain, is my guess. Mary's a member of the coaching staff later at Appalachian State with an office right across the hall, so it became convenient. Matt and Mary now have two daughters, Maris and Mabry, and one son, Mason. After 15 seasons as a Division I assistant coach, Matt earned his first head coaching job at Murray State. You recall back in 2015, had a pretty good player. A few pretty good seasons at Murray State. That pretty good player was John Morant, who evolved from an undersized and relatively unknown college prospect into the number 2 player in the NBA draft and the NBA Rookie of the Year. Now in his 4th season at LSU, Matt's program is built on 5 core values that define his approach both on and off the court: hard work, unselfishness, toughness, accountability, and joy. Welcome to the stage, Matt McMahon from LSU.
Thank you, Commissioner. I appreciate you not reading my college stats in the intro, but really awesome to be here with you today. Really a great honor for me to introduce the 3 players I brought with me. Jalen Reed, 6'10", 240-pound, redshirt junior now, and I think he'll be one of the great stories in college basketball this season. Got off to a great start last year, was instrumental in getting us started at 7-1, and suffered a devastating knee injury. His journey and recovery, initially a 12-month recovery. He's about 2 months ahead of schedule. It's been an inspiration watching how he's committed to the work to get back, and not only to the floor, but the growth from a mindset and leadership standpoint. I really think he'll have a monster year for us, and really proud to have the opportunity to coach him. We also brought DJ Thomas with us from transfer from UNLV. Elite point guard, very dynamic, 2-time All-Mountain West player, was the freshman of the year in that league as well. Has really been a breath of fresh air from a coaching standpoint. Great basketball mind, processes the game at a high level, incredibly unselfish, and has a great court vision on the floor, ability to make the people around him better, which I think is always the most important trait of an elite point guard, and he is certainly that. Final member we brought is Markel Sutton, 6'8", 230-pound forward. He has a unique basketball journey, under-recruited through the COVID years, ended up playing junior college before joining Coach Crutchfield at Omaha, where he helped build an NCAA tournament program there. Was the Summit Player of the Year last year, averaged 19 points, 8 rebounds a game. Really versatile defender, can guard 1 through 5, plays with a relentless motor and energy. It's been really contagious in our program. So again, it's a great honor for me to be joined by Jalen, DJ, and Markel. Love the construction of our roster. Like many teams in the country, we have 11 new players, and I think we were able to be very intentional in how we built our roster. Obviously, this is the best league in college basketball, the most physical league in college basketball, so we wanted to address that in our front court, and we were able to do so with Jalen and Markel, and then also the addition of Mike and Nwoko from Mississippi State at 6'10", 250. Started all 32 games there last season. Very well coached by Chris Jans there at Mississippi State. Been surprised with his skill level around the basket. Been very good finisher with either hand. Very smart player. Expect him to make a huge impact. And then a big key for us, was the retention of Rob Miller. Freshman last year, one of the youngest players in all of college basketball. Someone I expect to have a breakout season this year. on the national stage. Had 4 double-figure games last year down the stretch in SEC play, highlighted by his 19-point, 10-rebound game against the national champion Florida team. So really excited with how we've built our team. Very proud of the buy-in from our players and coaching staff to creating a high-performing culture and upholding the standards and accountability we know will be required to compete in the SEC this season. With all that said, happy to take any questions. Thank you.
Thank you, Coach. If you have a question, raise your hand. Avery or Tommy will get a microphone to you. We'll start up here in the very front row. AP?
Hey, Coach. AP Stedham, AP as we see it. Coach, what's the few qualities you look for in the people that you bring into your program transfers?
I think that's a great question, and what you're trying to figure out in the portal, long answer. I think it starts with the character piece. Do those players impact winning? Do they want to come in and be coachable and learn and keep growing on their journey? I think you look at the SEC, that's one of the many reasons for the success of the league last year. 7 of the 13 players that were drafted into the NBA all started at non-Power 4 leagues before they got there, whether it was Janai Broome at Morehead State, Will Richard at Belmont, and on down the line. So trying to determine what's going to translate to success in the best league in the country. And I think some of the common themes have been positional size, the ability to shoot the ball from behind the three-point line, and rebounding and toughness. And so trying to identify those and how we put our roster together this spring was really critical for us.
Coach, we'll go over here on our right side on the aisle.
Hey, Coach, TJ from The Advocate. Offensively speaking, I guess, what do you want your team to sort of excel at? Is it more run and gun, high tempo, or a bit more deliberate?
Now, TJ, I think you'll see a mix from us. I think, like any elite football team, it starts at the quarterback position. I believe it starts at point guard for us. And DJ Thomas has been fantastic there. I think he's a wizard with the ball. Can not only create for his teammates, but he shoots it well from 3. That's another area, to AP's question, in the portal. We look at catch and shoot 3-point percentage versus overall 3-point percentage, because we don't shoot a lot off the dribble from behind the 3. And he's a guy who's 44% catch and shoot threes a year ago at UNLV. But then I think you see his electricity with the basketball. Then in the front court, you got to have size and physicality in this league, or you have no chance. I mean, no chance at all. And so we really wanted to address that and be able to have a power game, not per se just post-ups, but lob threats at the rim, offensive rebounding presence here in the best offensive rebounding league in the country. And then on the perimeter for us at the wing position, we try to be very intentional in getting good size that shot the ball well from 3 and would be very solid on the defensive end. So that's how our roster is constructed, and that's how our offensive system will be built around that.
Coach, we'll go over on our left-hand side, second row.
Hey, Coach McMahon, Patrick Young, SEC Network. Not counting your freshmen here, I just did a little calculation of the guys coming back, guys coming in. Right now, we're looking at 116.8 points per game. Looking at the math there. Obviously, there's not enough basketballs to share. How are you going to strive to orchestrate your offense to where these guys that can really score the ball are just having great chemistry with each other and figuring the flow of that out? Is that just going to be something in season that you're trying to figure out, or you think you're going to be pretty confident going into the season of where the ball needs to go?
No, I think, Patrick, we tried to be very intentional from day one there. Starting with the 116 points a game you talked about. We wanted to get a lot older and more experienced, especially here in this league. Last year, we were way too young at a lot of key positions, and so we had 2 players celebrate their 23rd and 24th birthdays this past week. Thought that was going to be really important for us. But I think it's similar to TJ's question. It's the construction of the offensive system, how we use our point guards with DJ and then Jalen Reese, who's going to be an outstanding freshman point guard for us. The 3-point shooting at the wing position, and then the front court, the size and physicality there. I think that one of the challenges for some of the guys making the move when they move up in league is They've always been. We have 3 guys who were their leading scorer. They were the #1 option every trip down the floor. Now I think how quickly we can help them with that adjustment to finding their spots. But it all starts with getting the right people. And all 3, very unselfish, chose LSU because they want to be a part of impacting winning. And so it's been fun to watch, but it'll be a work in progress certainly here as we get started in November.
Go back over here on the right, TJ.
Coach, for fans or some of the fans that may have expected a coaching change after missing the tournament the past few years, I guess what would you tell them on why you should still be the one leading this team?
Yeah, I think it's a new season for us. Clearly, we didn't capitalize on the season we had 2 years ago when we won 9 SEC games and finished 7th in the league. Felt we had the momentum moving in the right direction, and following Jalen Reed's injury last year, we weren't able to capitalize and had a very disappointing SEC season. But as I look to the future of our program, there's great excitement in the roster we've been able to build. There's great chemistry and energy amongst our group. The only 2 returners, #1 is Jalen Reed, who should have all the confidence in the world coming into the season. As I mentioned, he started 7-1 with the team last year. 3 of those were Power 4 wins. His last Power 4 win, he had 21 points and 13 rebounds, and really praised him for the work he's put in to get back. The other returner we wanted to retain, Rob Miller, 6'10", 235 pounds, 7'5" wingspan. I've mentioned the 19-point, 10-rebound game he had last year. Really expect him to have a breakout season, and then we've addressed the areas that need to be addressed in roster construction so that we can match up and compete here in the best league in the country.
If you have a question, raise your hand. We'll get a microphone to you. Go back over here on the right.
On defense, I'm curious, I guess who is the perimeter stopper? Is it Rashad King or is it Markel Sutton if he plays the 3? I guess what does the wing stopper position look like?
Yeah, I think we have a lot of versatile defenders there, and our defensive system will reflect that and the things we do on that end of the floor. I mentioned Markel in the opening statement, a guy who could guard 1 through 5, is graded out as an elite defender. I'll give credit to DJ. It's probably been the pleasant surprise there. I praised all the offensive side in the beginning, but he's been an elite defender, really disruptive. He's worked extremely hard in the weight room, and I think when you can have a disruptive point guard at the front of your defense, it allows you to do some other things. And then in this league, you have to have the size and physicality in the front court, not only to defend the painted area, but this is the best rebounding league in the country. And if you're undersized, you have no chance of rebounding at the level that this league requires. So really excited about how the roster is constructed, not only versatility on the offensive side, but also defensively and on the glass.
Coach, we'll take one final question here in the front row to our left.
Hey, Coach, what was the genesis of the neutral site games on your schedule?
Yeah, I think the opportunity to play great teams, quad 1 games on a neutral floor, Texas Tech, a preseason top 10 team, getting the opportunity to play them in Fort Worth is a great opportunity for our program. And then the following week to have SMU, another team that projects as an NCAA tournament level team, to get to play them in the Pelicans arena right down the road in New Orleans in a doubleheader with Coach Mulkey and our elite women's program is a great opportunity for us. So 2 quad 1 games on a neutral floor, in addition to, with your SEC schedule, you're going to get plenty of quad 1 games. That was the reason for those. And I think both are close for us. Fort Worth's an easy trip from Baton Rouge, and then obviously New Orleans, just an hour down the road.
Coach, thank you for your time this afternoon.
All right, thanks so much.